Cultural augmentation is when you can bring a hologram of a person in a space that they wouldn't be able to inhabit in real life. It challenges people by forcing them to share presence with ideologies and humans that they otherwise wouldn't cross paths with.
At OneRig, our work is focused at using augmented reality to bridge the divides caused by physical barriers such as walls and borders.
In our upcoming project Terminal 3, the viewer steps into the shoes of a US customs officer to interrogate a hologram of someone who appears to be a Muslim.
Terminal 3 sits in a very interesting space between fiction and non-fiction. All these holograms are very real people, with very real stories that we're trying to tell in this context of a surreal interrogation. In an uncanny way, these holograms do have a presence in the room.
We capture these interviews as 3D volumetric holograms that then the viewer can experience using the Microsoft HoloLens. We use DepthKit as our capture technology to allow us to shoot volumetric video using a DSLR calibrated to a depth sensor.
The most fascinating part of the project is that the viewer can actually use their own voice to ask holograms questions with answers that are pre-recorded. Each hologram's story is told using a complex branching narrative that the viewer can navigate through.
We give the viewer a lot of agency in terms of the narrative. You can ask the holograms questions like if they've been associated with the Taliban, or you can ask intimate questions like, what's your relationship with the moon?
Because of the branching narrative, this project requires a much more interactive soundscape and score. So when one of the holograms is telling you about her trip to the Sahara, you can actually hear the car in the distance and the footsteps in the sand walk right through you.
We use Unity to build the interactive game mechanics of our story. The hologram starts off very abstracted, and as the viewer asks questions and gets to know the story, it starts to appear more realistic.
At Riot, we believe in the power of immersive storytelling. It made sense to have the OneRig team work out of the Riot offices to not only showcase their amazing cutting-edge technology in augmented reality, but to also create something that was meaningful and impactful.
Terminal 3 really showcases the presence that AR enables. By the end of the experience, you will have shared moments of great personal intimacy with a hologram.